So along my travels, I was able to find this knife at the thrift store for like I think $1.50. It's called Cox COX Company, England. It's stainless steel. I was gonna cut this down so I could just take it to my cut the metal right here, so I could take it to my chainsaw carving shop, have a knife there. I bought it because I thought it was deer antler, but then I was talking with Just Carve Rob, and he said, you better make sure it's not fake. So I scratched it when I was downstairs, and there's scratch mark. I'm like, oh, it's fake. I can scratch it. But then I came upstairs and I started carving it, and it's not fake. So I'm going to carve a little wood spirit on this. Well, I guess it would be a deer antler spirit, but just a little quick face. Just to, it's for commodity, right? People like having this stuff for commodity. I don't know if I'll do this anymore, cut this part off anymore. But let's get to the point. So I will carve this today. So let's get to the point here. I want to be very clear, okay? All the haters and the Greenpeace people, I love animals more than you love animals, okay? I love the ocean. I love sea creatures. All this stuff in this video was given to me as a gift, okay? So we got some kind of jawbone here. This was given to me from my friend Stuart. Some lady used to own a store on Vancouver Island, and this stuff's from the 1960s, okay? She just had, the store closed. I think it was Port Alberni. The store closed way back when, and she just had this stuff lying around her house, and she had to move, so she just got rid of the stuff. She gave it to Stu, and Stu knew that I would carve it, so he gave it to me. So I don't know what these jawbones are from, but I'll incorporate these into a carving one day, like coming off the carving is, So here's a whale tooth, okay? These, this kind of looks like a friggin' human tooth. These are snail things from snails, sea snails. This is, these are whale teeth that have been sliced, so you can put a rope around it through the hole there and hang it on your mirror or something like that. I wouldn't do that myself. Like I said, I'm a huge animal lover, and I got all sorts of teeth in here. This is a whale tooth. Some might be killer, some might be gray whale. I'm not too sure about this tooth. But we're going to carve a whale tooth today. I don't care what anybody says, okay? So, should we carve this whale tooth? Should we carve this whale tooth? This one's been polished. It's nice. Actually, I don't want to carve this one. Should we carve this one? Oh, look at the size of this one. I think they come from gray whales. Or look at the size of this whale tooth. I think we're going to carve this big one. It's got some cracks here from age, but this would be like, not scrimshaw. Scrimshaw is when they were on the ship and they used to scrape the carvings. So, I don't know. This one's pretty cracked. I don't know, because I want to carve an eagle's head in here. Right? So, I don't know if I want to. It's not cracked on the inside. But anyways, where's the lady? Like I said, they had a store in Vancouver Island. There was a whaling station in Vancouver Island. I think it was Port Alberni again. This is my proof, okay? So here's another whale tooth, and it's got this thing attached to it, this leather, and a hole drilled in the tooth. So sperm whale tooth. Okay, so it's a sperm whale tooth. Sperm whale tooth, unique souvenir, British Columbia, Canada. The sperm whale tooth came from one of many whales that were found in the coastal waters of British Columbia. Cole Harbor is the only whale station in North America. It's located in the northern end of Vancouver Island. So, this was, I guess, it was where they slaughtered the whales, because they used to use the oils for makeup or lipstick or something like that. So, I'm against. I got these ones too. Like this one is big. This one's huge too, but it's been sliced so you can get those things, right? I'm against killing any animals for any type of anything, right? So these were killed before I was even born, okay? For their thing. So like the way I'm looking at this, is, well, this whale tooth is just sitting here rotting away. Okay, I think I'm going to do this one here, actually. I don't know, I'll figure it out. But this is just sitting here. It's just like whatever. So I'm going to bring some beauty into this whale tooth, okay? I'll never sell it. You know, I've researched this. You can't sell it across the border. I don't even think I can sell it to any of my friends. I would have to gift it away. So any of those Greenpeace people right now, you can find a real heavy brick and walk off a short pier. Because I'm the biggest animal lover there is, and put me on a Greenpeace boat. We'll see what happens with whale slaughtering. It's sad. It really is sad, but it's the way the human race is, I guess. Anyways, I'll just leave that alone. But so what I'm going to be using to carve these whale teeth are these aluminum cutting bits, okay? Where's the other pack? So you get these on Amazon. These are great for cutting through bone, through hardwood, through anything. Okay, they're in my Amazon store. I'll also try and use I got little packs. I got these little ones. These are little tiny metalworking burrs. You get a set of 20 for like 20 bucks. So you think you get these burrs for $1 a burr. Okay, so that's what I'm basically going to be using. And when you carve this bone is basically like a rhino's horn is basically the same material as a hair, right? It's just, this is a hair. It stinks like burnt hair when you're carving it. So 1,000,000,000% when you are carving bone or antler or even wood, wear your dust mask, okay? Wear your dust mask. So which one should I carve? Should I carve this big one? Like I said, it's got all these cracks in here. I don't want to carve it and waste it, right? It's just such a beautiful thing. But because I'd have to carve lots of this bulk off to make it a eagle head. And they're not that easy to carve because they're bowed, right? Like, see, this would be the bottom of the tooth, but it's shaped. It's not just a perfectly, yeah, I think this one calls for the eagle head. I don't want to ruin the integrity of this beautiful tooth. Imagine the size of this whale. There's probably not whales like this left in the world. It's a sad thing. Okay, so first thing you want to do is draw your eagle head on here. So here would be his beak down here. In the whale tooth, let me show you. There's like two different. There's like it's like it's like the outer part and an inner part. Hold on, I'm going to get a piece here. Show you. So you'll get two different colors, okay? So you got the outside of it's just like wood almost. You got the outside, the water wood, and you got the inside, right? So when I cut this beak, we're going to get two different colors out of this. You can already see it starting to enamel, it's called, I think. You can start seeing the different color right here. But anyways, let's just carry on and have fun. And let's just close our eyes for a minute and give a prayer for all the lost whales there for when they used to slaughter them for the friggin' stupid makeup stuff. Anyways, okay, yeah. Okay, everybody, I'm going to say most of this will be a voiceover because I'll be wearing my dust mask and I'll be cranking music, but I'll just show you quickly. Okay, hold on. I got this square edge one here. Let's get some better lighting here, Jordy. Come on. Okay, so aluminum cutter, the square edge one. See how good it cuts through it? Okay, so let's just get on with it, and hopefully this tooth turns out. Okay, so I'll say everything's sped up 2 times, 3 times, and 4 times the speed. So when you're working on an eagle head like this, that's full 3D, or anything that's full 3D that has 2 equal sides, well, it makes sense. You got to try and make both sides equal, right? Like, which means look the same. So here I am, just quickly blocking it out, trying my best to make both sides, well, look equal to each other. Okay, slow it down here a bit, just kind of show you guys what's going on. Just slowly taking the beak down. So now I'm switching to another burr. That's the square one gone. I'm going to switch to another aluminum cutter, but this one's more of a tapered one. These aluminum cutters are wicked. They'll cut through anything. Yes, I'm going to be carving a brick pretty soon. I'm going to try and carve a wood spirit brick. Yep. So, just doing the burr up, and it's going to speed up here in a few seconds. Now I'm just kind of working the beak down. Try and just take your time, everybody. When you're doing bone or like ivory or this tooth, let the burr do the cutting. Don't push too hard into it, because when you push too hard into it, that's what's going to give you that terrible stink, like burnt hair, like you just burnt some hair on your arms or your eyebrows or something. So now there you can see how round this piece actually is, right? So it's a tricky carve to try and make everything proportionate. Never be embarrassed to put or ashamed or think that you're better than you are to put your center lines on. Center lines always shows you how equal both sides are, right? So there I am, just cleaning off the beak again. Okay, let's go and speed it up here. Just kind of shaping everything. Okay, so now I'm going to draw the bottom of the beak on. I like to have a little bit of a hook. See that bump coming down? Of course the eagle's beaks have hooks, but I'm talking about the bump inside from the beak. See that? It might be hard to see, but you'll see later. Excuse me. So you got to remember when you're carving this in too that they have a bottom lip. So what I do is I cut on the outside of the beak, and then I cut the bottom lip in, right? I taper it in so the beak sticks farther out than the lip. I don't know if it would be a lip or a bottom beak or whatever it would be freaking called. Jaw flapper, who knows. Anyways, carry on and have fun, but most of all, be safe. Okay, so I think everything's going on point so far. Like I said, this is a tricky carve because you can see it's curved here, right? It's a bit trickier than it looks to try and make everything proportionate. But you got to think too when you do a full 360 carving like this. So the eyes there are both there. They're going to be looking at it this way, right? Like if you want to stand it up and you can just do it like that, they're going to be looking only at one side of it. So they're not going to be looking at it like this all the time, right? They'll be looking at this side or this side, whatever side they want to look at. Okay, so I didn't carve the beak too thin because I didn't want it to break off. I left some bulk there. Did the underside there too, gave him a bottom mouth there. Now I sharpened my pencil and I'll draw the eye in. This is I know Ryan Cook taught me a new style eagle yesterday, but this is kind of my style, the way I'm going to do it. I'm just going to kind of leave this one simplified. So you got your eye on this side. So what you could do is just go like this, right, for the front side, then bring it over for the other side. Okay, so then your eye will be in here to try and make the eyes kind of the same size. Okay, so let's see here, and I'll put some lines down going like this. This is all going to be feathers up here. Got to put your little hole in the beak for his breathers. Okay, so I'm going to carve right on this line. No, on the outside of this line. And then I'm going to carve. See that? This eye needs to be a little bit bigger. Then we'll carve in there. Okay, and then I'll put some lines down here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my little metalworking burrs like I showed you guys at the beginning, which will be a good burr. We got this little flame burr here. This one will be good. Okay, to do all these cuts. And then we'll clean it up and then we'll put feathers on it. Just little things with, I might switch back to my, well, you got this little metalworking burr for your feathers. See, it's a square-edged one. It's got a cutter on the little bottom side. These are, you know, for power carving, the more tools you have, well, what would it be? The more tools you would have in your arsenal, or the more arsenal that you have, the better the more things you're going to be able to carve better, right? So it's just about having the proper burrs and all the sorts of things and this and that and this, not, maybe, I don't know, you know. Okay, so I'm going to do a live carving for a bit. You're going to hear the fan in the background. You're going to hear this cutter cutting. So this is when you want to really take your time, okay? What I'm doing is I'm giving it a nice undercut. Okay, so now there's the eyes carved. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but now I got to carve inside that eye to hollow it out a bit. Okay, so that's good enough. It acts as an eye. I don't know how well you guys can see. So now, before I do any of these other lines, I'm going to go on and carve the other side. Okay, so I think everything's going well with this, with these little burrs here. Let's look at the other side. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Looks aggressive. That's why I like the eagles. They're aggressive looking, right? So now I'm going to quickly carve in all the hairs. Like I said, with this little tiny metal, come on, zoom, little tiny metal walking bar. And there's a cutter on the back side of it. Can friggin' zoom, abra, in, cadabra. Nope. Anyways, so I'm going to go along and cut a bunch of little feathers in this now. Okay, so you can see I got the beak done. That's 80 grit sandpaper, and then I take it down to 240 grit sandpaper. Sorry I didn't, I thought I was filming when I was carving the feathers in, but I didn't film. I switched off to the bigger aluminum cutting burr to do that. The little one wasn't working fast enough for me, so the square aluminum one I used. Okay, so I think it's looking pretty neat. Myself, you guys might not like it, but that's just my opinion. So what I got here is the razor tip. It's an expensive wood burner. You guys don't need to buy this wood burner. The only reason I got this expensive digital one because I bought it from a subscriber to this channel that doesn't really use it that much. So he sold it to me for a really good deal so you guys can buy a cheap wood burner. I'm just going to go along. You guys do this in a very well vented area. Okay, I got the sucker on. I'm just going to kind of burn inside. It takes a while. Just give it a little light burn inside the eye. Give it some dark spots in there. I don't want to do too much. Okay, in the breather holes here. This was actually, I enjoyed carving this. It was fun. Okay. Do this breather hole. It's not really burning. Ooh, and it's stinking. So I guess I think I'm just going to leave it at that. Oh yeah, that might be my favorite beak that I've done. It's a little bit thick, but that's okay. I wonder if I should just give this stuff a little burn here and then sand it with the Scotch-Brite. Yeah, I think I'm going to actually. I'm just going to give it a light burn here and just hit it real light. I'm just going to burn right around the end a bit deeper. Just give it a couple, just a little bit. Okay, and we'll just hit it quickly with this. It's an ugly thing, what the human race used to do. Well, they still do ugly things like sharks, shark fin soup. Like, come on. You know, whales were beautiful. Whales are beautiful. And I would just like to say this is bringing beauty back to beauty, because this was, people would buy these whale teeth as souvenirs for whales that got slaughtered. I can't say that I wasn't a part of it, even though I've seen like whales 2 times in the wild. But when I was younger, or my life, I've probably bought something from a store that was made from whale blubber or whatever they say, right? So for any Greenpeace people that want to bitch at me for this video, because I'll tell you right now, when I first started my YouTube channel, I did carve one of these whale teeth eagle heads, and there was a bunch of activists that gave me bad comments and stuff like that. So this, I signed it. This is what you call bringing beauty back to the beauty. Okay? I'm 100% against any hurting any animal for the profit of mankind. Okay? This is bringing beauty back into the beauty. That's what I call it. Also, I carved this. Beauty back in the booty. This is that little piece of the whale stuff. Little rising sun there. I signed it. And somebody can put this on their mirror or whatever. A little flower on there. And I finished carving this. Yep, so I've been carving for about 2 hours, I think. This is 2-hour carving for me, everybody. 2.5 hours. When I go hard. So, sign your pieces. So if you want to carve something like this, this is basically like carving ivory, right? Kinda, sorta. I think the tooth is. You can see how the beak came out. I could sand it up even better. But that's kind of like ivory right there. I think it is ivory, whale teeth. Or teeth, tooth, whatever. But if you want to go to the pet store, buy a cow bone, like the bones that your dogs eat. Or chew on. And carve that. But wear your friggin' dust mask, because I showed you when I had my vacuum cleaner, I put it up to the light, and you got all those little tiny particles floating in the air. You won't see them without the light there, but those particles will sit in your lungs and probably cause cancer or something like that. Hope you guys all enjoyed this video. I did. Happy Sunday. I'm going to go over to my chainsaw carving tent, and I got to carve a couple more of those face Christmas tree thing. Those face tree things. Green man tree. Hope you're all good. Thanks for watching, and Greenpeace people, just if you're going to leave a negative comment, leave it. I love to read them. Later. Hey, I got an idea. Maybe all you whale tooth carver haters out there, maybe I should carve a whale out of this log and put the whale teeth in the log. How's that for an idea?